What's good with y'all young niggas? You already know the fuck going on. We back with another video. So today, I got a special video for y'all, man. This is Chicago drill lyrics that really happened. Let's check it out.
Chicago drill.
If y'all hear some shit going on in the back, that's my PlayStation acting like a jet.
Drill goes deeper than just the music. It's a genre that's mixed with the local gang culture, and artists often use the art to diss rivals and talk about what's going on in the streets. Here's a look at a few Chicago drill lyrics that reference real life events that actually happened. Wolf got shot right up in his top, his brother told on me. In this bar, King Von is referencing his op FBG Wooski and his brother Big Mike. King Von was a member of O Block, set of the Black Disciples.
King Von don't play.
Wooski is a member of STL EBT, set of the Gangster Disciples, who had beef with O Block. Despite being the GD, Wooski grew up in O Block, which is known to be a headquarters for the BDs. There was always tension between Wooski and those that rep O Block like Von, but things really heated up in 2011 after Wooski allegedly shot Von's friend Platoon, and Von responded by allegedly killing Wooski's cousin. After that, Wooski and Von started beefing on Twitter, and the war between the two was made public. The beef stayed on the internet for a while, until a shooting that occurred outside a house party on May 29, 2014 that left one person dead and several others injured. The victim's name was Malcolm Stuckey, and the alleged shooters were King Von and a man named Big Mike, a fellow BD who also happened to be the blood brother of FBG Wooski. Despite being the BD, Big Mike agreed to testify against Von to receive a reduced sentence, but backed out the last minute and refused to take the stand. Even though Von was
that's why Von got out early, because this nigga
alleged shooter, no other witnesses came forward and there was no DNA evidence. So Von was released and Big Mike was sentenced to 28 years for the murder. Check out our videos on rappers who beat the murder case for more info on this case. The fact that Mike was Wooski's brother only intensified the beef. However, Von was fighting the case until 2017, and therefore nothing happened in the streets. But the beef popped off again in 2018 after an O Block member named HK was gunned down right outside the entrance of the Parkway Gardens house. Wooski was allegedly one of the shooters. Wooski then added fuel to the fire by dropping a diss track called Computers, where he disses several members of O Block and takes credit for HK's killing. HK was King Von's best friend's brother, and so he took the killing and blatant diss personally. Then, in October 2018, Drewski the Man, a rapper and affiliate of MOB, instead of the GDs, was shot and killed in the Washington Park neighborhood on the south side of Chicago.
Nobody's safe in Chicago, bro. You can't even walk to the store, bro. You walk to the store, somebody will randomly kill you, bro.
And his crew were in attendance at the funeral, which is when Von and the rest of O Block got their revenge. While he was outside smoking a cigarette, Wooski was shot in the head by two gunmen in a drive-by that wounded 5 other people. But Wooski miraculously survived the shooting, and the beef continued right up until Von died in 2020. So in the Exposing Me remix, Von is referencing Wooski getting shot in the head outside the funeral, and Big Mike almost taking a stand against him in court. King Von blew up not long after Wooski was shot, and he continued throwing jabs at his opponent right up until the end. But Von isn't the only artist to describe the crazy violence going on in Chicago. This next artist raps about the killing of Tuka and Lil Mark, two half-brothers from Chicago who were both shot at a bus station in 2 separate incidents years apart. Let's check it out. Lil Mark and Shondell, they got killed in the same way. S-Dot and Tay 600 are 2 rappers affiliated with the 600 sets of the Black Disciples. In this lyric, Tay 600 is rapping about the killing of 2 half-brothers, Tuka and Lil Mark, who were both gunned down at a bus stop in Chicago 2 years apart. Shondell Gregory,
the famous bus stop that Lil Durk
was a 15-year-old member of the STL set of the GDs who was gunned down on the night of January 12, 2011, while waiting for a bus on the 600 block of East 63rd Street in Chicago. Killing was believed to be retaliated.
Look how pretty Chicago looks. Look how pretty that shit looks. Bunch of demons there too.
On the 600 block of East 63rd Street in Chicago. Killing was believed to be retaliation for the killing of 17-year-old Edric Ty Walker, a member of the BDs who was killed back in 2009. The GDs responded to Tuka's death by killing another member of the BDs, 20-year-old O.D. Perry. After this deadly beef, GDs in St. Lawrence started going by the name Tukaville in honor of Tuka, and the BDs in the Parkway Gardens houses started to call themselves O Block in honor of O.D. Perry. As many members of the O Block BDs gained prominence in the music industry, from Chief Keef to Lil Durk to King Von, Tuka became one of the most disrespected people in the history of hip-hop. Chief Keef brought the term smoking on the Tuka pack into popular culture, and 9 years after Tuka was murdered, King Von was still dissing him in the unreleased track How I Rock, Tuka Pack. If that wasn't enough, a few years later, Tuka's half-brother, Lil Mark, was killed the same way, waiting for a bus in the mean streets of Chicago. Lil Mark was a rapper and a member of the 051 Young Money gang, a set of the Mickey Cobras and the Black Peace Stones, another set who had beef with the BDs. On March 25, 2014, Lil Mark released a remix of Lil Durk's song called No Competition, where he did several members of the BDs by name, specifically members of the OTF, 600.
This man got a, what is that? What is that on his gun?
Where he did several members of the BDs.
What is this? I don't know what the fuck that is.
BDs by name, specifically
I thought
members
it
of the
was a tag. I'm
OTF,
like, this man still got a tag on the gun?
sets. Just 3 days later, on March 28th, Lil Mark was waiting for a bus and was killed by ops. No one was ever arrested for Lil Mark's killing.
Like, how you beefing with like your ops, and your ops literally like 2 minutes apart, and you're gonna go take the bus, and you think you're gonna be perfectly safe? What do you think is gonna happen? Niggas will see you.
That the killers was from the 47 terror set of the BD's Mickey Cobras. Not long before the shooting, Lil Mark was recorded on FaceTime with Lil Reese. Throughout the video, Reese had a big grin on his face.
Reese be staying low key.
Tense. Reese is a member of the BDs and is one of the artists Mark dissed on No Competition. These two killings contributed to a lot of the violence that fueled the early drill movement. Tuka and Lil Mark remain some of the most dissed artists in hip-hop simply because many BDs ended up becoming superstars and no GD or Mickey Cobra artists had managed to blow up on a mainstream level. But the feud with the 051 gangs and the BDs didn't stop with Lil Mark. This next song references the killing of OTF Newski, Lil Durk's cousin, and a member of the BDs who was shot in the parking lot in broad daylight. Allegedly
that nigga Slit look like Durk too.
Durk's cousin and a member of the BDs.
This nigga right here.
This next song references
like
the killing of OTF Newski, Lil Durk's cousin, and a member of the BDs who was shot in the parking lot in broad daylight, allegedly by a member of 051 Money Gang. Let's check it out. They found Newski stuffed up in that car, just like they did Pop. FYBJ Mane is a rapper affiliated with the Drawl City set of the BDs and GDs. Members of Drawl City are made up of dark side black disciples and outlaw gangster disciples.
Chicago niggas.
So FYBJ Mane claims BD. However, he also claims BDK, meaning he had ops who are BD. Plus, he's also cool with well-known GDs and has made music with artists like FBG Duck and Wooski. In his track Exposing Me, he raps about the killing of OTF Nunu, or Newski, who was shot to death in broad daylight in 2014. Newski was also an up-and-coming rapper who had gained some buzz in the city for his track OC, which featured his cousin Lil Durk. OTF, or Only the Family, is a brand and record label started by Lil Durk. It also stands for Only Trey Folks, which is the set of the black disciples that Durk and Newski were part of. On May 31st, 2014, Newski was ambushed and shot dead while sitting in the SUV in the 700th block of East 87th Street in the Chatham neighborhood of Chicago. Durk and some of his friends were inside a nearby store when Newski was shot. Many have speculated that the hit was intended for Lil Durk, but Newski was the one they called lacking, so they killed him to send a message. Although no one was ever arrested for Newski killing, drill fans have speculated that there was a retaliation for the killing of Lil Mark, and the killer was a member of 051 Money Gang named 051 Melly. Melly was considered one of the top hitters in Chicago and has been credited with multiple high-profile killings. In addition to OTF Nunu, he's also allegedly the killer of Durk's manager, OCF Chino, who was also killed while sitting in the car in the Avalon Park area of Chicago.
Man, you can't even sit in your own car, bro. You can't even sit in your own car, bro. They will find you.
Later, on March 27, 2015, fans have noted that Durk released a remix to Chief Keef's Finito, where he raps, "Bitch, I'm riding through the ops, finna go and shoot Young Money up." Allegedly, Melly didn't appreciate this diss and killed Durk's manager to prove he wasn't playing around.
Damn,
whether OTF ever got revenge for the kills
though?
of Newski and Chino. At the time, Lil Durk's music career was taking off, and 051 Melly was still heavily involved in the streets, so it's likely Lil Durk distanced himself to stay away from all the drama. However, the beef eventually came full circle, and 051 Melly was killed at a party in Drawl City on Memorial Day weekend in 2019. The shooting was caught on camera, and Melly, along with another woman, was shot. The woman was wounded but survived, and Melly...
YouTube TV has no hidden fees, unlike traditional services. Try it free.
Tonight, I'll be eating loaded tots for March Madness.
Oh, these ass, bro.
I think you better rubber them towels.
Yo, dog, skip this shit.
Was not as lucky.
Oh, damn. Just walk in that bitch, just start spraying. Damn. What the fuck going on? house parties, man. Especially in Chicago.
Because Melly was rumored to have so many bodies, it was tough for fans to figure out who was behind his killing. There was no retaliation shooting directly after the incident, which led many to speculate that he was set up by Jarrell City. Although Melly wasn't part of Jarrell City, he was cool with several members. In the video, the shooter is the only one letting off any shots, which at a normal house party would be understandable. But in Chicago with a house full of known gangsters, the fact that someone started firing and there was no immediate retaliation led many to believe that it must have been a setup. Police arrested a person of interest in the shooting, a dude named 007 Nate, who was a member of the Taekwon World set of the GDs. Nate was named as a person of interest, but never charged. It's unclear what the motive was, but internet rumors say that Melly and Nate had beef over a dice game where Melly lost and pulled a gun rather than giving up his cash. Nate got the drop on him at the house party.
Hold on. Oh. Alright. I'm back.
And the rest is Chirac history. Although unknown to the rap world, 051 Melly was a Chicago street legend, and his death closed a chapter on a wild era in the city. It seems unlikely that Durk and the OTF camp could have had any involvement in setting Melly up, because Jarrell City and FEG have serious beef with him. But I'm sure Durk wasn't too broken up about the murder, even if it was orchestrated by some of his ops. If you like this video, check out some of our previous.
I guess that's it. If y'all enjoyed the video, y'all make sure y'all like, y'all subscribe if you're new. And I'm out, bro.